Okay. The sun is so beautiful out there. We're watching the morning sun here. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Uh, let's just have a clear our mind and sit in a comfortable position with the spine relatively straight up, and suspend the crown from the top while sinking the body weight all the way to the ground, creating a light, empty, vacuous body of the torso that is stretched yet light. This stretching provides the physical structure for deeper meditation. It is the stretching of the fascia with the relaxation of the muscles and allowing the spine to stretch straight during the duration of the meditation. Now take a few deep breaths. Bringing the intention as we breathe in to smile. And as we breathe out, slightly longer than the in-breath, with the intention to let go and relax. In the in-breath, we contract our respiratory muscles, so there is a little bit of built-in tension during the in-breath. The same thing when we smile, there's some muscles contracting. Yet we bring up the positive energy in. As we breathe out, all the respiratory muscles relax, and relaxing the facial muscles. With that, we entrain the entire body and mind to relax as well. Breathing in, we bring the smile, a sense of peace and gratitude. And breathing out, we wash away all the tension in the body and the static in our emotions and in our mind. We bring in the clarity of our intent. We just smile with gratitude within breath, and we breathe out. We let go of all the things that's burdening our mind and our body. Let it wash away down, sinking into the ground, into the earth, and allow Mother Nature, allow Mother Earth to absorb all the tension, all the difficulties, all the suffering, and to transform it into positive energy of gratitude that we bring in, that we breathe in. So it's a loop of transformation, allowing the energy to move down through us positive energy of gratitude, breathing in, relaxing, letting go, down to the earth, and allowing Mother Nature to recycle, to transform the energy into positivity. And the rest of the world do the same. As we breathe out, carbon dioxide moves out, and the trees, the surrounding nature, absorb it and transform it into oxygen that we breathe in again. Such is the cycle of transformation. With each breath cycle, feel it in the body, and in doing so, the mind will follow. Feel in the body what it feels like to breathe in clear, nice energy and sense of gratitude. That sense of thank you, gratitude. And as we breathe out, feel the relaxation flow of energy that releases, that letting go, that relaxing into. Dissipating of whatever that's going on in the moment. Creating clarity and a sense of emptiness and space, a vacuous space in our body and in the mind. The breath is just a skillful means, a metaphor to allow us to bring in fresh positive energy for awakening. And it awakens us also with nice, fresh air filled with oxygen. And with the out breath, again as a metaphor, to release, let go, and recycle and transform whatever is bothering us, whatever is ailing us, causing tension in the body, or tension in our mind, or tension in our emotion, to recycle and allowing nature, Mother Earth, to transform it back into something refreshing, something wholesome, for awakening. And the out breath, to let go of the unwholesome, to relax. And to let go of all the burdens in our lives, sinking in, letting go, and letting be. Let something that is greater than our body and mind and our perception of a small, separate me, letting go of that concept and allowing something greater to absorb all our perception of difficulties in our lives, the limitations of our lives. Something greater than the limited sense of this body and mind that we call me, mine, myself. With each cycle of bringing in gratitude and positivities and wholesome factors for awakening, and letting go of the static of our body and mind, notice we're creating more and more space within. As we clear more and more the unwholesome states and the sense desires were creating conditions for jhana development, for samatha practice, and for vipassana clear seeing practice. Opening the space within that we cleared from all the kilesas, and letting go of the sense of self, the me, transforming it into something greater than this limited sense of self. Feeling that we're all interconnected. This out-breath will release carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. The in-breath, we're gathering the breath from elsewhere. So the molecules that used to be outside, in the garden, in the trees, from photosynthesis of the leaves, are now inside my body. And what used to be in my body is now out there, in the environment. So how can I call this body my body? Well, this body is made of the environment. The four elements of fire, air, water, and earth. This body is constantly changing. What I ate in the recent meal came from various places on earth. Taking up energy, minerals from many places, and they became part of my body. And then this body went to the bathroom, eliminates. Part of us went elsewhere into the earth. Constantly changing. How can we call this body my body, mine, myself? Everything is interconnected. Seeing this allow us to create even more space with it. The relaxing into the letting go of the grasping of a sense of me. This is I, me, myself. How come something that constantly changing, the anicca, the impermanence, have a sense of separate self, anatta? And grasping into this only cause more dukkha. So anything that we think that we're suffering, if we look at it from this light, how can we grasp onto it? And no matter how difficult some moments may feel, it's just that. It's just this. How can I call it mine? Even when we call it my suffering, how can we find the me who claims ownership of that suffering. Where is it? Where is this me? Can you find in this moment without going into your memory? The me who is experiencing this meditation, the me who is experiencing everything that's experiencing in this moment. Is it this body? No. It's constantly changing, cannot be separate me. Is it the mind? Where is the mind? Find the mind. There is knowingness, a sense we call a clarity. We know exists, we know there is something, but yet it's not findable. It's formless, beyond space and time. Hence, it's called empty. Empty of independent existence. Just aggregates. The feeling, perception, the sankharas, the potentialities, and the awareness, making all the five aggregates of the body and mind. Making it very clear, whatever we're experiencing, it's just that. So see the thusness of this moment, the suchness and the thusness. This moment is like this. Just that, just this. Nothing attached. This moment is like this. There is an experience, a perception of an experience. But where is the experiencer? There's a feeling. Perception of a feel and feeling are inseparable. Vedana and sanya. Pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Who is the perceiver? Where is the perceiver? Can we find the one who is experiencing and perceiving this? If there is a sense of knowingness, that's part of the vijnana, the awareness, consciousness. There's a sense of a doer in this moment. Who is doing? It's just a conditioned response to sankhara. They are all impersonal. So, whatever that we're experiencing in this moment, we can just take it as suchness. It's like this. The characteristic is empty. It's empty of independent existence, as everything is interconnected like a spider web. Nothing is independently existing in what we're perceiving, including the reality that we call reality in our daily lives. It's all about perception. Like what we're perceiving, what's happening in this moment. Whether we're perceiving the breath, perceiving a thought, or a series of thoughts, our perception is that of being carried away by a series of thought into daydreaming. Or the perception of my voice, or the perception of body sensations, or the perception of certain colors and images behind the eyelids. These are just perception. The reality may be very different from what we perceive. Someone with sensory hearing loss may perceive my voice very differently from other people's perception. So which one is the true perception? Which one is reality? They're all relative. They represent what we perceive. They do not represent the true source of that vibration that creates sound. There are many frequencies that our ears cannot even perceive. Yet our realities are confined by what we perceive, and we call that reality. The same with our sight, our body sensations, depending on the sense organ. So when the sensory input together with the sense organ, there's a sense consciousness that we call contact. And from contact, there's automatically perception and Vedana, the feeling tone. Yet we're so addicted to the feeling tone that we like the positive feeling tone, the pleasant ones, and we try to push away the unpleasant. We try to acquire more of the pleasant, grasping. That's when in the dependent origination, the source of suffering starts. With contact, there's Vedana. There's Vedana, the beginning of the problem, Tanha, the thirst, grasping, the clinging, the becoming, the birth, the jati, and then the dukkha, marana. So our perception leads to the feeling tone that leads to I like it, I don't like it, because there's that I that likes it or not like it. Whatever is this, the situation, the condition in our lives, or what we're experiencing in this moment, just notice these are just perception. These are not the realities. And the reality is very different. We perceive something as pleasant. It's just a feeling. It has nothing to do with the reality of. Often we attribute it to somebody else, or that person or that situation brings in that pleasantness. That food brings in the pleasantness. That person makes me happy and pleasant. That person makes me unhappy, unpleasant. That food doesn't taste good, being unpleasant. These are just our perception, has probably little to do with the reality. but this is the small bubble that we experience. And yet, who is experiencing it? Can we find the one who is experiencing this thing? Again, where is the experiencer? We can use each moment like this to simply rest. Rest in that suchness or in that thusness. Thus, this moment is like this, such that this moment is like this. There is an experience, the reality of the moment. There is a relative sense of me, self. Otherwise, we won't be able to drive a car, have an appointment, chat with a friend, or eat. But the deeper truth with contemplation is that these are empty of independent existence. The vacuous emptiness of the underlying state or condition. The impermanence, the lack of permanent sense of self. And the grasping that leads to the suffering, unsatisfactoriness, all point to the emptiness, the empty nature of experience. So even if this moment has some unpleasantness, we cannot get rid of our perception because that's built in with the human body and mind. Then we can create that space, just like in the breathing, we create that space. In that space, that vacuous space, the empty space, there is an apparent choice of not grasping onto that experience and not labeling as my experience. That space allows for us to watch the perceived experiences to come and go without attaching to it. It's I, me, mine, or myself. Whether it's a pleasant experience in this moment, pleasant sensation, pleasant Vedana, whatever we're perceiving, arising and passing, arising and passing. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, they're all the same. So if we create that space, that empty vacuous space, with the clarity of the mind, then we can allow each experience to come and go in their own accord, without grasping, without calling it our own, without reacting. We can still respond to each situation, as we're still living members of society, that we need to respond, but no longer reacting. This is the daily practice that leads to Vedananupassana, also Kayanupassana, Chittanupassana, and Dhammanupassana, the four foundations of mindfulness, Satipatthana. And realizing this, allowing us to just rest. Could we simply just rest in this moment, instead of keep reacting to every Vedana that happens, every perception in this moment? Just allow the experiences to just happen. The cycling of the breathing, the suchness of this moment to just happen, the arising and the passing of this moment, and the arising and passing of each experience. Rest in that suchness of this moment. It's like this, and rest. Just rest. And rest. Allowing everything else to wash away and be transformed into that sense of peace and contentment. The suchness of this moment. may orient your attention to the outside environment again, and when you're ready, open your eyes. It is approximately 5 minutes to the hour. Thank you for joining me in this meditation. Oh, the sun is very nice, beautiful, and strong. I'll close this bit.
Thank you so much.
Hold on a second. Go ahead. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Normally we just have a chat if there's anything else that would like to chat about our experiences, our own practice, or anything. We usually just have an open forum. If there's anything that we'd like to chat about, anything, or usefulness or non-usefulness of the meditation we just did. I normally don't know what I'm about to do, just whatever that comes up in my own mind meditation, I just lead it, and hopefully that helps other people resonate with it, just whatever, with an open heart.
Yeah, it was very good. Thank you so much. I've done a lot of your meditations, which is on the web, on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Quite
Good.
a lot.
Is there anything I'd like to discuss? Anything? So this is, in a way, that what I just did also, I'm just looking into, I've never done this meditation before. It's just whatever that comes up. Just like my meditation every day is a bit different. Whatever that comes up in a moment, I don't have a specific set of things what to do, what comes with it. And today is more of a right effort thing. And we can also use the cycling of the breath as a way of practicing the right effort and bringing in whatever it's that's positive, wholesome, and cultivating what has not come up yet, bringing in gratitude, etc. And then whatever that's unwholesome negativity that we try to release, let go, and trying to develop a sense of just preventing the unwholesome things that have not arrived to arise. Yeah, so it can be done many different ways, and there are many different ways also we can practice the vipassana part of the meditation, and how we can combine with the samatha part of it. The breath is one of them. In the Twim tradition, of course, we use metta as the guiding way of preaching that. So it's beautiful and immediately get us into that sense of the openness. The two conditions needed to enter the first jhana, right? The abandoning of the sense desire and the unwholesome states of mind, one enters the first jhana normally. So it's beautiful. But this meditation that I do a little bit differently, just focusing on something a bit different than what we usually practice.
I was introduced to Twim only in April of last year.
Oh, great.
Before doing the traditional vipassana. And I found the Twim, it was like complete, liberates you in many ways. You start with metta.
Yeah. Was that Which tradition of Vipassana did you do, Vimala?
Oh, there is this Goenka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Goenkaji's. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with that too. Yeah, I've attended quite a few of his retreats, along with the Satipatthana retreats with Goenkaji. And met him once also when he arrived, when he came to the United States on a bus tour, a long time ago. He and his wife. Yeah, yeah. So it is primarily related to, as you are aware, the Vedananupassana as the primary way of uh, looking at the Satipatthana, at the Four Foundation itself. Yeah, which makes perfect sense. At the time, I was also experiencing kind of after a breakthrough at the beginning, difficulty in sustaining it, because it feels like before I would go on to a sit, feel like I'm gonna feel the pain again, developing the equanimity into the pain. And then the twim allows me to just the metta bhavana, like now I start out with metta instead of the vipassana from Goenkaji. Metta was toward the very end, the 9th day, the 10th day. That's when we practice metta. I was thinking giving metta in the very beginning would probably be very helpful. And then the whole vipassana tradition, experience 10 days would be much more palatable, kind of when you have so much pain and ache and all kinds of floods of feelings, emotions coming up. But now, after I practice twim and I practice other things, I come back to it, I realize the genius of Goenkaji and Ubakin and how they were able to do all these things, because now I understand more about the dependent origination, the transcendental dependent arising, the 23 cycles part, and it became very, very clear where the Vedana is right at the junction of this thing. So, like I alluded a little bit during the meditation, upon contact, that's Vedana. So Vedana makes us kind of, whether we go to Tanha or we go into Upekkha, equanimity. If we just bring in Upekkha, equanimity, that's fine. But otherwise, it rolls into Tanha, into Upadana, into Bhava, and so forth. And things continue to roll after that all the way into Dukkha, Marana. So, genius way, and I go back, big circle, coming back to Vipassana again, start practicing Vipassana again, understanding now. Now it's better that when I sit, I can be comfortable sit, even if there's aches, pain, etc. So allowing, it's a full circle understanding the genius of Goenkaji. It's beautiful. But at the time, I was also feeling like you. I hit a wall, didn't get much of anything, and Twim allowed me to just feel like the uplifting feeling to start with, all the metta, and then things start coming out, and then at times it was difficult to even bring the metta in, feel like it's efforting trying to bring the metta, because all the deep conditioning, the deep sankhara starts coming out. And that's when I realized that it's a practice of gratitude, and forgiveness is so important. And when there's difficulty doing this thing, oftentimes I know there's something in here that's blocking it. That's when the release, the letting go, and I use the forgiveness. The same thing, Bhante Bimala Ramsi, which shared the first name with you, the founder of TWIM, he told us that if something is blocking you, it means that you need to forgive yourself something. Sometimes do forgiveness meditation a lot for days, weeks, until things clear. So what I realize is that it's like a break, and oftentimes loving kindness will flow directly and flow effortlessly when we let go of what's stopping us. It's just our perception of what's stopping us. It is something that we oftentimes being too hard on ourselves, in a way that something that needs forgiving, not forgiving other people, but forgiving ourselves. And it's not some people don't like the idea of forgiving, and just I call it just releasing and letting go, releasing, letting go of everything there is that's being experienced. In that way, creating space. And we fill that space with gratitude. And once there's gratitude, then we release the brake, we push on the accelerator, and then loving kindness just flows automatically. And it does not feel that it is a personal type of metta. Because metta sometimes can still be, there's a sense of self in there. It's my metta. I'm creating this thing. Oh, this puppy, this feeling of something, and my spiritual friend, etc. So still kind of felt like there's this me involved in it. So when you just open yourself up with forgiveness, releasing, letting go, and fill in with gratitude, just like opening space even more and more and more, filling it with some gratitude, and the metta that comes up oftentimes feel less and less personal. It just feel like you're diving into, you're tuning into the radio station, like you're tuning into a full field of metta. The metta field, like gravitational field, magnetic field, just a field that is beyond time and space. It's just metta. And it's not my metta, it's not your metta, it's just pure metta. And that is more, how should I say, beautiful and all-encompassing. Yeah, that sense of, that's why the letting go, the forgiveness is just very, in my own practice, in my own experience, just very, very pivotal in letting go like this and bringing in gratitude, and then the metta just flows, yeah, into that open
Last
space.
I've been doing forgiveness.
Yeah, yeah,
In the last 10 days, I've been just doing forgiveness using many of your techniques.
yeah. There are many ways of doing forgiveness also, so whatever thing that works for you. Forgiveness is just a skillful means also to just say release and let go. Basically, release and let go. We just use the term forgiveness for that because some people are able to resonate better with that. But the idea is just to let go and release and non-grasping, non-clinging. That's what we want to do. Upon contact, everything that we have, because the idea is that what we're forgiving is just something that we tend to grasp on. And usually the negativity that we grasp on, the sense of regret, the sense of guilt, the sense of shame, all those things, the negativity, a sense of fear, sense of worry, all those things that we need to forgive, let go of these things. So these are the unwholesome states. So in the same way that we can just say, just releasing the unwholesome states. But sometimes when we call it forgiveness, forgiving ourselves, because there's a sense that it's me doing this thing, it's me, I feel guilty, I feel whatever, regret. So forgiveness is just, again, a skillful term, skillful means to do that. Yeah, whatever thing that works. But the basic idea is just to release and let go. Yeah, the non-grasping, non-clinging. Yeah, whatever that works. Yeah. Any other discussion? Anything else that would like to discuss? No? Yeah. And okay. If there's nothing else, that we'll share merit. We'll share merit with using Bhante Vimalaramsi's merit. Okay. Whoever that would like to share merit with, or just share merit with all beings. There's specific being, person, entity that would like to share merit with. We can also bring the clarity of our intent for that. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth Devas and Nagas of mighty power, they share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And thank you all so much for joining us, synchronizing with us together, meditating together in this auspicious time and
Happy
day.
New Year. And Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to everyone. Tin's just reminding me. That's right. Last week I was not able to attend. Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone, and
Be well.
be well.